I'm Alyssa Lester, and I am doing a persuasive speech on why I think that the age limit should be changed for going to war. So, saying I'm thinking about going to war, those are not words to a mother's ears. No parent wants to hear their kid say, I'm thinking about going to war. It's probably one of the most terrifying things you'll ever hear. According to antiwar.com, an estimated 100,000 Americans have been wounded in Iraq. And now you see all of the veterans on the side of the road panhandling. They have no decent life. They can't have homes. They don't have families. They have a lot of drinking and alcohol problems because of it. One of the main things is the ROTCs in the high school now are trying to persuade children that it's a good thing for them to want to go to war early. And they try to get them to join the armed forces at 16, 17, 18. But don't get me wrong, I think that it's a very honorable thing to do, to serve your country. It really is one of the most honorable positions there is. Because our nation was founded on the men and women who fought for this country, and they're extremely brave, in my opinion. Because we would not be free without them. So I'd like to go ahead and explain why I want to change the age requirement for war. By comparing it to other sensitive activities, examining the mindset of the average teenager, examining how teenagers are being lured into a decision that they're not ready to make. So let's first take a look at some age sensitivities. Okay, you've all heard, I'm sure, the one, you're not old enough to drink, you shouldn't be off to war, you're not 21. When you compare the risk of alcohol to going to war, you actually notice some funny contradictions. We can risk our lives, but you can't have a beer afterwards. According to alcoholnews.org, about 3,500 deaths per year are caused by drunk drivers under the age of 21. When comparing this to the over 100,000 wounded soldiers in Iraq, you can clearly see it's a whole lot riskier. Teens that turn 18 usually get their first chance of moving out of their parents' home. Before they move out, though, they've never really dealt with real-life issues such as debt, children, having to have a real career, managing money, and they don't realize how tough the world actually is because they're so sheltered by their parents. So, consequently, they never realize how tough the world is, and they don't understand when you return to war at 21, they have nothing left. They haven't planned for anything. They haven't set their futures right. They've given up their innocence for it. So now I'd like to examine the teenage mindset. When you're 18, you pretty much think that you're the best thing that ever happened since sliced bread. You think you're invincible. The average 18-year-old just got, they really just got their very own car that they can sort of help their parents pay for. You know, you kind of have independence, but you're still a child yourself. So when you get a car, you think no one can stop you, you can't get hurt. And freedom is misleading. You just finished high school, so you think that you can handle everything. And you think that all your work is paid off. So you think, why would I want to go straight to college? I've just done 8 years of school. Why would I want to do another 4 or 6 or 8? With these feelings, you have a lack of, you don't want to do anything too challenging like that. You want to do something exciting and fun. And they think that going to war, hey, I don't have to do schoolwork anymore. I don't have to deal with teachers or parents, so let's go do something fun. But you don't think that what you're doing is going to cause you you and your family a lot of pain. You can feel like you're skipping school, which is fun and a shortcut, but it's not. There is no shortcut. The skipping school to go into war is it can severely hurt you, your future, and your career and your family. So, according to importanceofcollege.com, the average bachelor degree holder will earn up to $1 million in their lifetime. Now I'd like to explain how you can get lured into the decision to join by the government. They're having so much peer pressure in the schools, on the media, in the newspapers. So it can be a little overwhelming with the ROTC programs at schools. So programs are ready teens to go to war with no place of educational facility. They join the program so they can skip out in classes and twirl a gun around. You think, video games, you want to do these things. War games are misleading. It's not all fun and games like it is on SOCOM and all those kind of games. And in SOCOM, say, Navy SEALs are an ad. You think that it's so great, it's going to be like that, but it's really not. The problem is there is absolutely no relevance between a video game and actually going to war. But they don't understand that there's actually a threat to their lives. Everyone thinks that your life will be so much better, great after you go to war because the government promises. Who wants free school? Everybody wants to have their school paid for without actually having to work for the bright futures or something like that. So, one of the saddest sights you will ever see is a war veteran on the side of the road begging for change. What happened to all the free schooling, the benefits for you guys? In conclusion, joining the armed forces is an honorable act. Teenagers lack the necessary experience to make that decision for 3 reasons. 1, if you're not old enough to drink responsibly, or how in the world are you going to use a gun responsibly? Every teenager thinks that they're invincible, and this leads them to thinking that nothing bad will ever happen to them. They think they are absolutely just indestructible and nothing can happen to them. And video games. Video games are putting the wrong impression into teenagers' heads about how life as a soldier is and actively exploit the facts by putting war ads in games. Hopefully, after this speech, you will never have to explain to your kids about why they should wait until they are older to make this decision. I hope we can try that statement true by raising the age of war. Thank you.